Methodology. I'm going to do a couple of other posts to cover these subjects in a bit more detail, but essentially it's got to do two things. One is what I call the pancake recipe. That's like a science experiment to describe what you did exactly on a step-by-step basis. And the other thing the methodology needs to do is to justify your choice of research methods. So that's essentially it. However, there's a bit more to it than that. What you need to be thinking about is writing something that is very factual. This is scientific writing, but remember that you really need to dip into the research methods textbooks for this, which is something you probably haven't done in your research in terms of the subject already. So what I encourage my students to do is to go to the library and pull out 15 different books in the research methods section. Don't borrow them, just use them, and then look up a different definition, explanation, justification, so that essentially you drive a 15 citation long research methods bibliography. Yeah, makes sense? In doing that, what you then have to do is justify, explain your terminology and justify your choice. And if you access, some of the masters like Yip, in terms of the methods the methodology that's out there, that'd be really, really powerful. The other place that you can look beyond rather dry, let's be honest, they're very dry, some of them, dry research methods textbooks, and by the way, I wouldn't recommend ever reading one from cover to cover. Dip in, use the index, use the glossary, pick it up, use it for a few minutes and put it away again. Yeah, and then the other one to think about is some of the journal papers that you've got will have methodologies in, and perhaps you've only read the introduction, the abstracts, and the conclusions of many good papers, which is fine. You don't have to read every word of every journal paper. They're usually quite complicated and complex things to do. But what you can do is, when you're thinking about methodology, is find 3, 4, 5 papers that have used a methodology similar to yours, and then use that as evidence of justification, because journal paper publication is the gold standard. And if you can find a number of professional, doctorate and established teaching academics doing research like yours in a similar way, then by all means copy that. Last thing I think to think about when you're considering writing the methodology is that it's going to have a different kind of writing style to anything else that you write in the dissertation. Quite structured, quite functional, quite to the point. Yeah, and that's that maybe get into your mind that it's going to look and feel very different from the chapters that precede it and follow it.